Hi everyone. This is going to be your daily reading for November 24th, Saturday. Again, I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you survived Black Friday, whether you were braving it shopping or if you were like me working. It was a crazy day today. I think we all deserve a little R&R, but I hope you enjoyed every single second of it. Um, let's get into this reading because again, I think it's just going to be more good news, which gets me super excited. So this is our rune for today. This is Rido. Rido, I'm not sure. I think it's Rido, which actually is a great rune. It's probably one of my favorites. It's not necessarily the easiest, but it's one of my favorites. I actually like what this rune kind of foretells. But Rido is it's all about successful journeys. And although success is always exciting and thrilling and definitely motivating when you know like this is leading somewhere, the biggest thing that I always connect to Rido or Rado is the journey bit. It does speak to success and, something that you're going to have to put in effort, something you're going to have to work towards, but it brings you to success. But the emphasis to me is in the journey. So this particular rune always kind of speaks to new beginnings, possibly relocation, either just moving into a new home, switching jobs and relocating either place or just the job you do. There's some type of shift. There is some type of movement that happens, and it's the moving that brings success. It's not necessarily success in a current venture. It's starting something new or relocating it and moving it into a new environment, and that's where the success is found. So the success is really in the journey and the overcoming and stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's to me that's what I always think of when I see Rado. It's in the journey lies success, which I think is beautiful, and it kind of ties to what we've been talking to the past few days. We've been talking about seizing opportunities, which is another thing that this particular rune talks about. Is not We're not waiting for our chances to come. We're seizing the opportunity. We're kind of receiving something, and it's not hemming and hawing over it. It's like, that's what I've asked for. Let's do it. Let's go. So it is about seizing opportunity. And yesterday, for the rune for Friday, was all about making this new passion project of yours known, making it public, telling people, hey, this is a thing I'm going to be doing. This is what I want to be doing. So now these opportunities are coming in that we need to be aware of, and we need to seize them. You have to remember, we asked for them. This is something that we wanted to manifest and something we wanted to bring into our lives. So now that it's coming, we can't hem and haw over it. We need to commit. So I think that's an amazing energy to be in. And again, we're in Sagittarius season, which is all about planning those next steps. So again, where did you set the bar now? And how are we going to get there? We're not going to get there by doing the same exact thing. A good friend of mine used to always quote this. And she used to always say, the definition of insanity is, and granted, I forget who she's quoting it from, but I still love her for it. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. So you can't stay in the same situation thinking one day it's just going to result in something different. It's just going to bring a different blessing. Like, no. If you want to change what you're receiving, you have to change the situation and what you're outputting. Alright. So with that said, I thought we would pull, since this is kind of a magnanimous and significant move, I wanted some magnanimous and significant energy to pull into this reading. So this is, I combined the Gods and Titans and Goddesses and Sirens deck. So we'll pull a few of these to kind of see what energy is with us as we make these shifts. Goddess card. That's way too far away for me. I'm over here trying to be fancy with it. Another goddess card. I think 3 is good. We'll work with 3. So still a lot of feminine energy. The last time we used these cards, we got all feminine. We got all goddesses. Today we have a god. So we have a little balancing, we have a little fusion going on. Interesting. So first card out was the Sirens, which was temptation, or is temptation. No, it was temptation. Then we have Hera, which is commitment. And then Nuada is our god, our masculine energy, which is the symbol of perfection. Interesting. So, right off the bat, without kind of reading and going through the book, I feel like the temptation and the commitment here between the Sirens and Hera, I think the temptation may be to stay where we are. It might be temptation, not necessarily something that looks promising and alluring, but I think it's temptation by something that's safe, something that's familiar. We might be a little afraid taking this new journey and stepping outside of our box and probably stepping away from expectations that we've been living with. I think that's what the temptation is, to stay in a safe, secure, predictable place versus committing to this new journey and this new cycle and, taking the steps necessary to make it happen. Which I get that. It's okay to be fearful, but you can't let that fear stop you. Perfection, I think, could go a couple ways. So I want to kind of see what the book says. But I feel like this could be, it's leading us to perfection, because essentially stepping into our power and making that commitment is leading us to our higher self, which is where we're meant to be, which in itself is perfection, because we're fully aligned. We're in perfect alignment with what we want. I almost also fear for people like me, it made me think of analysis paralysis, if that's something you guys have heard, about wanting, not being able to start until everything is completely perfect. And my caution is to that. A lot of times it doesn't have to be completely figured out right out of the gate. Like, you can totally just begin, and it will naturally kind of organically evolve. Sorry, I was just moving my chair back. And just kind of allow what's meant to happen, and you'll figure it out along the way. There's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of the other way I kind of see the perfection card. But let's pull a little extra information. So I just saw Hera pop up, so maybe we'll start with Hera. A relationship of some kind is spotlighted. And I will say this could be a like a romantic partnership, this could be a business partnership, this could also just be a relationship with yourself, the relationship of you with you. Re-examine your loyalties or commitments and see if they are still warranted. Petty jealousies must be put aside for the greater good. I think that makes sense. We've had a lot of like Queen of Swords energy, and I think, was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before. We did get the Six of Wands, which is about moving from something distressful into a more positive situation. So I think this particular relationship, for sure, could definitely be a work situation, but it's a place where you're probably working with people who maybe don't make you feel super supported or don't necessarily put you in a safe place where you feel a little shaky. And it's checking in, because I feel like they're necessarily, I don't want to say they were trying to manipulate you, but I think there was more loyalty on your side to them than maybe vice versa. So I would say this particular like commitment check is, is this relationship worth your energy, worth your input? Are you getting back what you're putting out? I think that's the place we want to check in and evaluate if this is a relationship with an outside, like an external person or situation. Internal, I think it's really about that connection with you and you. Like, this is what you want. Like, is this what you want? Are you secure with it? Or what are you willing to do for it? And really strengthening that belief in yourself, really. Sirens. You may be tempted to stray from your goal or intention. You may receive an offer that is difficult to refuse. Do not underestimate your ability to attract people to your cause. So yeah, exactly what I was thinking. It's about, taking you away from this new soul mission, this purpose, this higher purpose that's calling you forward. It's about having a hard time, not being drawn elsewhere. You need to forge that commitment and stay strong and stay true to it. Don't let something sway you just because it seems safer or more predictable or something trustworthy. Because honestly, it's going to take you down a much different path than this guy. And commitment to this particular path is going to lead to perfection. Oh, well, that explained it, didn't it? That just came out of nowhere. Love and appreciate your uniqueness and your imperfections. Question the cost of chasing perfection. Delight in who you are. Oh, perfect. Literally exactly what I was talking about. Literally. So, yeah, enjoy this journey. Enjoy this journey. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfectly aligned and, be simple and clear cut and just, oh, this is the way forward. Just start moving. Make that cut. Because again, success lies in the journey. start the journey, commit to it, and take those steps and start shifting. Along the way, you will pick up the necessary resources and connections and tools you need. Oh man, that couldn't have been any better. I love it. So because of this rebellious energy, I decided to use the Starman Tarot, which I love. The artwork in here is just gorgeous. All about it. We'll do one more shuffle so we can kind of clarify. Okay. Didn't waste no time. Oh. I saw someone flip in there. There you are. Let's see what we get. So King of Wands. Again, this card has come up, I think, almost every day. Big thing about passion, mastery of your own desires, your own wishes, your own goals. And just, it's that passionate fire energy that pulls through with this card for me. So definitely igniting yourself on fire and going forward. Four of Swords does speak to, needing rest and recovery and recuperation. I feel like a lot of this card is kind of summed up in this reading as this need to kind of go within, check in with yourself, and kind of tune out the outside voices and the outside noises. Because the only voice you really should be listening to is your own right now. You shouldn't really be necessarily listening to the expectations of others. Because I feel like the people who are there to support you have given you their messages already. They've given you those pieces that you need, and you kind of have to now process them, contemplate on what they shared with you, look at any options they presented you with or ideas, and now it's kind of finding what works for you. Because again, we're planning out your life, no one else's. Oh, you didn't guys see this one. And then you have the Nine of Cups. I haven't actually seen the Nine of Cups in this deck yet. This is beautiful. There's some sacred geometry in these cups as well, which I think is awesome. Yeah, and I don't know, it might be blurry, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see her face. But this woman is smiling and happy and content. A big theme with this particular card is, I was going to say individuality, which is true, but this woman is very independent. That's the word I wanted. Very independent. She doesn't need any outside influence. She doesn't need a relationship. She doesn't need a partner. She doesn't necessarily need, advisors. Like, she is confident in herself. She knows exactly what she's doing. She can take care of business on her own, which is beautiful. And I think that's a big piece of the belief that we need to kind of foster within ourselves. It's this idea that you can do it. You have the knowledge, you have the ability, you have the connections. And if you don't, they are coming to you on your own accord. Like, you don't have to, go too far beyond your reach to find these. They will find you. It's a matter of seizing them and not letting them pass by you. Woo! Oh, I'm going to take you too. I'm not going to take that one. Thought I was going to, and then I was like, nah. Ace of Pentacles, that abundance coming in, this new start, this new beginning. For a lot of us, I think that actually is going to be a new job. And a new job that's really in line with our passion, our calling, what we came here to do. Princess of Swords, also a new beginning, but I think this is a new belief system. So we were just talking about how I believe this Nine of Cups, it's a new way we need to see ourselves and change our perspective into oh, I can't, I'm scared, I need help. To no, this is a new way of thinking. We are powerful, we are capable, we are strong. I think that's great. Tower energy. We haven't seen this one in a minute. Tower energy is all about drastic, immediate changes and surprising, sudden changes. So again, it's leaving these situations behind. So I think I don't know if this is necessary for everyone listening to this message it's resonating, because I feel like a good chunk of us have begun to make this shift and begun to move away from whatever situation isn't serving us. For the people who have not done that, I think the universe is getting ready to just take it from you. They're like, fine, if you won't leave this behind, I will remove you. Because I think that's what this card is coming up for. Because again, Six of Swords, I was just talking about earlier, we got this yesterday. Leaving something distressful, leaving something that's exhausting and draining and destructive, leaving it behind and moving towards something more positive. So this could be the two paths people have taken. The people who haven't left, who are just going to be removed forcefully, or the people who have made this commitment and have started to move forward and move on to something that they're more passionate about. Beautiful energy. And I think great confirmation for anyone who is like, is this the right choice? Should I do this? Did I make the right choice? Am I in the right place? Did I make a mistake? Nope. You're exactly where you need to be, baby. See if we can get an outcome card. He was real chatty earlier. What happened? Oh, okay, almost. Interesting. How come you guys stuck out? That's fun. Okay. We're going to talk about these anyway. So these guys didn't come out, but did you see them? They just like stuck themselves right out of the deck. So I think these, maybe not necessarily connected to this reading, but maybe energies that we need to adopt and kind of think about. So we've got the Prince of Swords, which to me is someone who is very hungry to learn. Someone who chases new ideas, is chasing new skills, seeking out new, almost new anything that's exciting. But learning is a big thing I think of when I think of the Prince of Swords. Someone who's chasing new knowledge and new information and very hungry for it. So I think that is a beautiful thing. And then the Alien, which I believe is the Hermit in a traditional deck, but literally kind of communing and speaking to higher power, higher knowledge. So that may be where you get this information. So if you are, maybe if you do have the Prince of Swords energy and you're seeking more understanding, you get that from listening to your spirit guides. Beautiful. Oh, stop it. This is exciting. So outcome card, Queen of Wands. Again, another passionate energy. Very seductive energy and very social as well. But therein lies a pair, because we started with the King of Wands and then we finished with the Queen of Wands. So this could even be manifesting a new romance coming in. Us probably showing up as the Queen of Wands and then manifesting this ideal counterpart, someone who's just as passionate, just as powerful, that again is committed to this pairing, King and Queen. I mean, meant to be right here. So that is also very, very exciting. And two very, very strong, mature, well-manifested energies, which is gorgeous. I'm actually super, super excited about that. Yeah, I love it. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups and the Moon. So again, this same idea of walking away. And not only just walking away, knowing that you need to walk away. So again, don't be tempted by that, illusion of security and safety. Because honestly, like even if you look at this card, there's a giant monster. So the sirens look beautiful and attractive, but underneath lies this giant beast. So that idea that this is more secure and safer and better for you than maybe the uncertainty that you're jumping into, it is not a safe place to stay. You need to move. I mean, you need to get out. You need to move. You need to move. Like, you need to go. Like, wherever it is you are, you don't need to be there anymore. Because there is some type of secret going on. There is a beast underneath that beautiful face. Alright? So, again, this is kind of pushing us into unfamiliar territory, but I trust and believe success lies down this journey. You just need to make that shift. Alright, everyone. Just some news coming up. So I am going to start recording the December videos very soon. I want them linked to Sagittarius season, which has already started. I do have some time tomorrow, and I definitely have a bunch of time on Sunday, so I'm going to try and jam as much of those out. I'm probably going to record some right after this, so I can post it and then get those out. Again, if you want to book a personal reading or contact me, hit me up in the comment section below, or all my contact information, email, Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. You can find me at all of those places. Whether it's just to share a story or book a reading, I'd love to hear from you. With that said, have an amazing weekend. Live it up, enjoy. I hope you found a bunch of goodies Black Friday shopping. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.